a big disappointment.
But isn't it mad how she was just sort of celebrating Russia's economy being in tatters, allegedly? And I've no doubt that they are struggling to find parts and all that kind of thing. But while sitting, mind you, on a massive current account surplus and more money in the bank than they've ever had before because of the situation. But I'm sure there are problems there. But being completely blind to the massive problems that are in the European economies and saying nothing about that, mental. Really, the whole thing was a disgrace.
What it means, they're just jumping on the hysteria.
I thought one of her great one-liners was, if courage has a name, if courage has a face, it's Ukraine.
Oh my God.
Like, and if hypocrisy has a name and a place, it's the European Union.
Well,
that's for
the other way, a bit of a taste
I just remember one of the most horrible things about Ursula's speech.
Go on.
Remember that bit, Mick, when there were two Polish young women who they brought in. Oh, I thought this was just so bad. Two Polish young women who, fair play to them, when the war started in Ukraine, they immediately responded. They went to the border.
Magdalena
they
and Agnieszka.
organised assistance for people, and quite quickly they kind of organised an army of a couple of thousand volunteers who responded so well to the crisis, which is brilliant and fair play. But they brought them in. They had them sitting with the commissioners, surrounded, and everybody patronisingly gave them a big clap. Now, I fair play to them for doing that, and the girls for doing the work. But, like, where was the talk about the Greek volunteers, the young people who give up their jobs for years, who go out and work in the camps in Greece, who work along the borders of Bosnia and Herzegovina, where EU-funded border guards are beating people back with batons, where people are being left in forests to die, and no talk of them and their great crusade. And this is, again, it's absolutely sickening, the whole thing. I mean, we condemn every single loss of life in Ukraine, civilian lives. Thousands of civilians have lost their lives. It's absolutely reprehensible. But way more people have lost their lives on Europe's border. And we did this week characterise that as a war. They don't call it a war, but it's a war on migrants funded by taxpayers here. So it's just, when we pat ourselves on the back and say, oh, aren't those people great? And they are great, but using them like that is just, it's horrible. Like, it's just, there's something really creepy about that kind of thing. They're making them, they are the democratic founders. No, you're not, like, you know, they're great women and fair play to them, but don't misuse them.